Hey guys, Colin Akazi here, Director of Young Adult Outreach for the Archdiocese of New York. Through our office, we spend a lot of time spreading the devotion of Divine Mercy and Marian Consecration. And recently, a friend of mine shared with me this story that he found in this book called True Devotion to Our Lady. And it's a story that St. Padre Pio used to share with people. It's an allegorical story, and the story goes like this. One day, Jesus is walking through heaven, and he sees all of these sinners that don't belong there. And he goes up to Peter, and he's like, Peter, you know the rules here. Because of my divine justice, these people do not belong here. Peter's like, I'm so sorry, Lord. I'll make sure this never happens again. Second day comes along, and once again, Jesus is walking through heaven, and he sees all of these sinners there once again. And he goes up to Peter and says, Peter, we've talked about this. Because of my divine justice, these sinners do not belong. Peter's like, Lord, I'll be much more vigilant. I'm so sorry. I'll make sure really this never happens again. Third day comes along. Once again, Jesus is walking through heaven. And again, he sees all of these sinners there. And he goes up to Peter. And before Jesus even says anything, he says, Lord, I figured out what's going on. In the middle of the night when we're all sleeping, Our Lady is letting these sinners in. It's a very profound story, obviously allegorical, but there's a deep meaning and deep truth behind this story. St. Gemma Galgani shares an incident that she was interceding on behalf of a sinner to Jesus, and Jesus would not give in. Jesus was saying that this sinner is too hard. He refuses to receive my mercy. And she said, fine. She kind of gave up, and then she went to Our Lady and asked Our Lady to intercede on behalf of this sinner. And Our Lady looks at Jesus with a glance and agrees to save that sinner, and later that day that sinner goes to confession. What's going on here with these beautiful stories? There's three reasons why Our Lady is very powerful with God. One is that we have to remember that she is the mother of God. God became man. Right? Jesus was Jewish. And the 10 Commandments, we know that one of them is honor thy mother and father. In heaven, the 10 Commandments are not washed away. They're fulfilled. So in heaven, God is still honoring his mother. So in divine justice, it is just for God to honor any request that is happening on behalf of a sinner from Our Lady. Also, she is the spouse of the Holy Spirit. And we know that it is just for a spouse to honor each other, to respect each other's requests. So as the spouse of the Holy Spirit, whenever Our Lady asks for something, they say yes. She's also a daughter of the Father. And I'm not a father, but I have two beautiful godchildren, goddaughters, and it's very hard for me to say no to them when they request something from me. And that's just a pale comparison of an actual father with a daughter. So what we're learning here is that because of divine justice, at times there are souls, because of their hardness of heart or whatever the situation is, that they deserve hell. But also with divine justice, because Our Lady is the mother of God, the spouse of the Spirit, and the daughter of the Father, that if Our Lady requests something on behalf of the sinner, that God won't say no to her. Because in divine justice, he can't say no to her. He honors the request of Our Lady. So even though there's a soul that might deserve hell out of divine justice, there's a loophole in the divine justice when Our Lady gets involved. So the moral of the story is stay close to Our Lady. Intercede on behalf of sinners to Our Lady. She's got great power in God because she's the mother of God. Because God still follows the commandments in heaven. He still honors the request of the mother. He honors the request of his spouse. He honors the request of his daughter. Go to Our Lady.